Hi everybody, welcome to my first video on Cordite. This is the first topic I will discuss. What I'm going to do in this video is I will show the Docker Compose setup that I have. I will use this to connect to the Cordite network. You see the Cordite network here on the right side. This is the network map service, so you see all the nodes that are connected to the network. As you can see, there are already two nodes connected with the name VDH, part of my last name, Van der Heijden. And you see that these nodes are based in my hometown, Den Bosch, in the Netherlands. What I will then do is I will explain how the registering of the nodes works and why you should store your certificates folder on your local hard drive of your host. I will explain the process of the generation of a certificate signing request. That's what the node does itself. I will also explain how the Docker image looks like. I will inspect it, show what files are on it, and what they will do exactly. And I will also show you the Key Store Explorer. This tool I will use to take a more in-depth look at the keys that are in this node that we deploy. And as a final thing, I will connect to the node that you have running on your local system with the Cordite CLI. And in between, I will explain all the steps necessary to install all these tools and how you can do this for yourself easily. Alright, so let's get started. On the left side, you see the Docker Compose file that I've used. I've based this on the documentation that Cordite put out here. This is on the Docker Hub page of Cordite, where you see all the latest Docker images. I simply use the latest image, Cordite latest. So this will be the 0.3.9 release of Cordite. And here when you scroll down to the bottom, they say you can start the nodes in this way. Just do a Docker run, specify the ports you want to open on your host machine and on the Docker image, Docker container. And you can set these environment variables to customize your setup. What I did is I created a little Docker Compose file around this setup, where you can easily fill in the environment variables and also down specify the ports you want to open. And as you can see, I have filled in VDH Analytics and my hometown Den Bosch. And this node I have already registered to the Cordite network. So when you look here, you see two nodes that are already registered. So what I'm going to do now is I will register myself as a new node, so with a new X500 name. So I want to register VDH software development. To the network, and I could start it in this way, but the certificates folder still contains the certificates of VDH Analytics. So what I will do is I will go into the folder, mark the files and delete them. So now it's empty. So I will shut down the network. It's shutting down at the moment. You see in the network map, it still contains all these entries for the analytics, VDH Analytics. And we can see that the certificates folder still is empty. So I've now started the Corda node with the new legal entity name, with the empty certificates folder, and now it is generating a fresh certificate signing request. It is sending it to the Cordite network map service, and there it will get signed by the Cordite doorman. and it will be added to my key store. So if I look again here, now I see that the 3 files are generated, the 3 key stores. And when I open the key store in the Key Store Explorer, so I've opened the key store in the Key Store Explorer, and now we see that the new key has been added there. Yeah, it's replaced. It has replaced the old key, and it is signed again by the Cordite admin. Also, when we look at the network map, we can now see that VDH software development has been added to the network map. And what we can do, because if you have started a Cordite node, you can connect to it via the Cordite CLI. That part is explained here in GitLab and then Cordite in this URL. I will paste the link of these pages in the description, so you can follow these steps, install it, and then when you go over here to the place where Node installs all the modules, you can run the following command. And you connect to your Cordite node by using the Cordite CLI. And here you can do basic things like inspecting what's on the network. For example, Cordite network. Hit enter, then you see all the functions. So you can check your own node info, for example. So you see our name and our owning key, the local host and the port, and as you can see, the other node key that you see in the network map service, that is not present here, so it's not aware of that. So I've now in this video showed you how to set up your own Cordite node by pulling the Docker image from their Docker hub and using it in the Docker Compose setup, so you can easily use your own environment variables. I explained to you about how the certificates folder is mounted into that container, and I showed you some more about the background of the network map service, and you've learned how to use the Cordite CLI. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or feedback, leave it in the comments, and until next time.